What's your Tyler's back with the Retro Reviews here on Tyler's Retro Reviews with TNA against All Out 2011. This is a part of Twin Pack with this and another one which you were not. That's next month, by the way. That is next month, and this is the main goal. I'm doing all the TNA periods from not only 2006 but 2011 also. Just like I did with WCW in 2000, when I did the remaining ones, which I didn't mean to do that, but I guess I did. So that was time for me, I guess. Yeah. Anyways, so February 13th in the Impact Store in Orlando, Florida. So you obviously know about that. So this is now I've already reviewed Genesis 2011 back in 2023, like in the early stages of this here channel, that is. But yeah, that was not a good pay-per-view whatsoever. Did this show did better than Genesis? In some ways, sort of, but yeah. But yeah, it was, but I'll say it right now, it's better than what we're gonna see in a month from now, and I'm not looking forward to it. You, everyone watches it, and you're looking forward to that also. So yeah, we start out with the Exhibition Championship match to determine the number contender for the Exhibition Championship. Although this was not a match, Robbie just won by 4-bit against the. Oh fuck! It's the Young Bucks. Did it? Yep. Moving on. Even though they didn't appear, it was just a forfeit victory, and then because here it comes out, they get an Exhibition Championship right away, and yeah. So they have their match. It was a somewhat decent exhibition time match, but somewhat is just there. It was just a 6.5 out of 10 I'll give the match. Anyways. So anyways, then we get a 6-man tag match with Scott Steiner and Beer Money of James Storm and Bobby Roode. Yeah, and they defeat Gunner and Murphy. If you know, they were like the worst competitors on Marky D's Ring of the Hot and Rob Terry and all that. The best thing about it was Scott Steiner's interview before this. He said, "It's gonna be like my last match." Grabs a drink, it drinks James Storm's beer and all that. Did it again, and all. It was fucking hilarious and all that. And yeah, it was literally like the best thing about this. But yeah, all I like it was Scott Steiner beating them up, and there's that. Steiner was gone throughout the remainder of 2010 because his contract was up, and TNA brought him back out. Funnily enough, Fortune did turn face in the build towards, because it was originally supposed to be the returning main event Mafia and all that, but Kevin Nash and Booker T decided we're going back to WWE and all that. Yeah. A 5 out of 10 I'll give this match, by the way. And there was that. It was just an okay 6-man tag. But yeah, Scott Steiner won with the Frankenstein. It's the Frankenstein, not Hurricanrana! And all that. Anyways, then Samoa Joe defeats D'Angelo De Niro by submission. Why were they feuding? I don't know. Literally, I just don't know. It's another 5 out of 10 and all that. Just that this feud did not continue into Victory Road. It ended in lockdown, but they didn't have a match. I don't think so. No, I don't think they had a match there. And yeah, it was again another decent match, but nothing special about it. Um, yeah. And moving on from that, we get a last knockout stage match for the knockout championship. Match Ray defeats Mickey James to retain it. Honestly, this was it was another match that was just there, but the finish was kind of stupid. Tara interfered in the match. The referee gets distracted. Why the fuck was the referee getting distracted in a last man or woman standing match? Because Matchman grabs some brass knucks that look like brass knucks. If you know, you know. Hits her. Hits Mickey James with it and pins her. But then the referee's like, no. It's all that or something like that. I'm like, this ain't the worst finish I've seen in this entire period. We'll get to one later on. But I was like, oh, fuck this. Fucking hell, man. Really? Yeah. And then after this, Matt Morgan came out, and then Hernandez attacked him, and I was like, this feud is back again. Oh, that's shenanigans gonna continue when we get to Victor Road in March. Oh God. Robin then defeats Matt Hardy in an actually a good match. Finally, an actual good match for once. Um, a 7 out of 10. This is probably the best match on this pay per view. And yeah, and moving on from that, then we get the street fight between Bully Ray defeating Devon. If you thought the last knockout match had a stupid ending, this is worse than that. And like, I'm not serious. Devon's kids come out. They help Devon try to win the match, but then Devon got handcuffed to the turnbuckle, and then Bully Ray pinned one of his kids, and I don't know if it's just like does the 1, 2, 3, even though they're not fucking part of the match. And then he powered the other one through the tail after the match and all that. I was like, what am I watching? TNA in 2011 or WCW in 2000? With these fucked up finishes. Why? What the fuck is this? Anyways, it was a good street fight, but then I finished with like, what the fuck was this? Literally, another 6 out of 10 and all that. And then we get Jeff Jarrett defeating Kurt Angle. You would think this would be the best match on this card. It wasn't. It was a typical Jeff Jarrett match where you know there's going to be a ref bump in there. Unfortunately, there was Slapnuts guitarist in this. Well, get to see this feud throughout 2011 because this feud continues. Not in the next period, but it continues into his lockdown. More, we'll get to that by April. Then Sacrifice, more that I get to May. And then it finally ends its late anniversary in June. More, we'll get to that in June. Like I said, I'm going through all the 2011 TNA pay-per-views. fucking god damn. And all that. I'm just Karen got involved a lot in this match also. And all that. But yeah, I give it a 4 out of 10. You know, they don't. I think there are three. And also, oh yeah, by the way, it's year one. He and Karen's wedding vow will be renewed on March 3rd, 2011 edition of Impact. Yeah, the same. We'll get to when we get to the main event, which is now for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship in a ladder match. Jeff Hardy defeats Mr. Anderson to win back the world title. So Mr. Anderson won the title at Genesis, then had a month-long run with the title, and he dropped it back to Jeff Hardy. This is heel Jeff Hardy, by the way. If you know my worst heel turns list ever list, yeah, he was like number 5, I believe. Let me check. Top my list. Top 10 worst. Yep, number 5. I can see it there. Yeah, what a pointless run that was. He won another one. Like, later on we get the Slammiversary, but that's later on. But you would think of in a ladder match with Jeff Hardy in it, it's going to be great, right? This was one of the sloppiest fucking ladder matches I ever fucking seen. I mean, seriously, it was fucking the sloppiest ladder matches I ever seen with Jeff Hardy in it. I mean, I think the finish got fucked up also. Jeff Hardy was supposed to reverse the mic check. He was supposed to grab the belt and pull it down also. He fell off the belt, and I was like, oh god. That part reminded me when Shawn Michaels failed to get the belt down at SummerSlam 95. You know. Jeff climbed the ladder back up. He grabs that god-awful looking design of the world title. It's his design, but it looks fucking god-awful, by the way. And wins the title for the second time. Yep. 3 out of 10. Being generous. And yeah, Jeff Hardy won the world title, but he will not be the champion that long because he will drop it to a returning Sting on March 3rd. I believe March 3rd. Yeah. And this led to, well, you know. This. But that's next month. We'll get to this next month. So yeah, against all 2011, it was okay. Like I said, I'm going through every 2011 pay-per-view. Well, not every 2011 pay-per-view. I already did Genesis 2011. If you know, you know. But yeah, it was better than Genesis the last pay-per-view. But yeah, 6 out of 10 I'll give it. And that's being generous. So yeah, next week will be WWE No Way Out 2006. And then we'll go on to March, where we got No Way Out 2007. TNA Destination X 2006. No, we did this one already. This one. And one more, which is Guilty as Charged. ECW Guilty as Charged 2001. Why that one? I wanted to get fill in a gap between those three and the remainder of my Ruthless Aggression WrestleMania reviews. Which are, of course, 21, 22, and 23. Come on. Why am I doing this one next week and then No Way Out 2007 the week after that? Yeah, SmackDown will be tomorrow on my main channel. Also, like I said, they will be United also episode. I want to say episode 7 or something like that. I don't know. And there. Like this video, comment below, subscribe to this, share my notification bell, and And there, bye-bye.